Hey friends, this is Squigs back with another episode of Squiggy Glitches, and today we're going to check out some block duplication in more detail. So I've gone over it a little bit in the past, but I wanted to give it some more time because it's a very important glitch in Super Mario World. It's very easy to pull off, and it's central to a lot of the other glitches in the game. So I'm just going to go over the basics of how it works, some of the different results you can get. Yeah, pretty much just like an overview that I should have given it a while. And this is a good place to do it because we have a lot of different things to work with, like this Yoshi coin. We have some blocks around here, like that. Right there to the left is a fire flower. That's a feather, which I'm not going to knock up just yet. And we have a 1-up block. So I'm going to clear this area out a little bit, get it ready for duplicating the blocks, and I'll meet you back here in a moment. I really need to not hit that feather. Alright, so here we have our fire block, right? Just a fire flower. So this is one of the blocks that's not going to change depending on which direction we dupe it in. So, this is what I'm going to use for the basics of the duping. Now, you can jump up and kick a shell upwards through a block in order to dupe it. And to do that, when you do that, you will either dupe it above, up and to the left, up and to the right, left, or to the right. Never down or down and to the left and right. So you can dupe in those 5 areas. By standing right up against the block and kicking the block upwards, right when you're at the bottom, or kicking the shell upwards rather, right when you're at the bottom of the block, you should be able to dupe it upwards like that. And by moving out to the right a little bit and doing the same thing, oh, I accidentally duped it upwards again, you should be able to dupe it to the left and right like that. So as you can see, with the, oh wow, I'm getting a lot of them up there. No, I messed that last one up. Oh, that's not what I want to do, but that'll be fine, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Now, I've got way too many sprites on screen right now, because they weren't planning on me spawning too many flowers, so as you can see, everything's a bit slowed down. Let's put one more on there for good measure. So yeah, that's the basics of going left and right. If I had jumped a little higher and been positioned a little differently, I could have got them to go diagonally as well. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's dependent on your jump height and your positioning. So, yeah. So let's despawn those so this game will actually run again. And move on to the... This is a 1-up mushroom here. So this one has different results depending on which way you dupe it. So if I dupe it to the left here... Oh, hush. You'll see that it turns into a coin block. I think you saw that for a second. Let me get this damn Yoshi out of the way. Poor placement, Mr. Yoshi. So yeah, I can dupe it above for the 1-up, because it's based on the X positioning. The left side is the coin block, and to the right, we get a vine. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, basically, it's one block in the game's memory, and it decides what function it's going to be based on its X positioning. So by moving it to the left and right, you're actually changing what the block does. I guess it's so they could have one block ID represent several things, which is really annoying when you're making levels, by the way, because you're like, I need a vine here, but oh, the X isn't divisible by 4, so I can't place it here. It'll be a fucking 1-up. So that coin block, by the way, is also it wasn't a coin, it's a star when you already have a star. So it's like the Starman continuation, where if you're on a star run and you hit it, it'll give you a star, but if you don't have a star already, it gives you the 1-up. So sorry to pause, but I'm running out of time here. The third thing I'm going to do in this level is duplicate a turn block over the Yoshi block. So let's see if I can do it first while I'm talking about it. There we go. So, the way Yoshi coins work in this game is a little bit weird. When you collect the top one, it tells the bottom one to disappear, basically. And if something's not there, like a Yoshi coin's not there, you get glitchy behavior. So, I'll show you when it stops spinning. As you can see, I'm standing on top of nothing. And what this block is actually... Ooh, I did not want to do that. It's actually a key block. So you can create a key block by duping over half of a Yoshi block and just hitting it as if it were a normal block, which can be great for saving the key, for getting a key, but it's also good because you could dupe it to the left and the right like we talked before. So by going to the left here, I can dupe this up, and I got it stuck between that and the key block. You can't see it right now, but there's actually let me see if I can grab it. Yes, there's an invisible Koopa shell on there. Basically, the shell comes out invisible until you interact with it in some specific ways, such as Yoshi's tongue or hitting it with your cape. So that's why you couldn't see it originally. And I'm going to back up a little more here. Oh, well, I guess I can't. So I guess we're going to use our limited time here to finish this up. So we're going to try to dupe this key to the... Oh, God. To the right. Hold on. I got to back up, folks. I'm sorry for that. Got to back up a little and get some time. So, okay. So, did you see how that thing was spinning in between the two blocks? I have to undo that because I really can't afford to lose that block. Did you see how that thing was spinning in between the two blocks there? The shell, and then I paused and unpaused, and it hit the block. You can actually do that. You can manipulate the way things move randomly when they're glitched out like that by pausing and unpausing the game, and you can get it to actually activate things or act differently based on when you pause and unpause. That's based on, like, the random numbers, I think, and something to the tick that it's on kind of thing. I just did it again, it's very bad if this keeps happening. Okay, so we'll get this out of here. We'll grab this, and we will try... Oh my god. We'll try to dupe to the right very quickly. There we go. We get some Yoshi wings. And this is actually cool because they work perfectly well. You can jump up here, and you can go right down here to end the level. And you have just beaten this level with the exit you would normally get from completing it with Yoshi wings, which is kind of cool. So that level in particular, with that donut coin, I mean that the donut coin, that Yoshi coin, duping it over into a key and getting those wings is actually faster than completing it the normal way, so it's used in a speed run, which is kind of cool. That going through all that effort is still quicker than doing it the other way. So I forgot to grab the feather that I so faithfully protected when I was setting up that area, but I'm going to need it for this next one. We're going to do one more thing to finish it off, basically. We're going to go to a... we're going to get some more Yoshi wings. We're going to do the same type of duplication on a different block, but it's really the same block. It's the P-balloon block that inflates you, which is also part of the Yoshi wing key shell set. We just couldn't get to it because it would be 2 blocks to the right of the key we had available, so we couldn't dupe 2 blocks over, thus we couldn't get it. But the P-switch block, it has a shell to the right of it, and Yoshi wings to the left. So we're going to get them in this area, and what makes this area different from the other area is it's on a secondary exit. So the game has primary and secondary exits, and the same type of number can refer to either of them, but they work differently. Basically, like, a pipe that comes up in the middle of a level would be a secondary exit, but the primary exit would be where you started when you started the level by opening it. So, with that in mind, this is not pointing at a primary exit like you would expect it to. It's pointing at a secondary exit. Like the game would expect it to if it had wings, I should say. Maybe not you personally would expect it to. Really shouldn't have got this cape. I don't know why I did. So yes, as you can see to the right here, we got the fake shell again. But yeah, so the game is not pointing towards the regular exit for the wing mini game, so we can get brought somewhere else instead. And I'll show you in a moment if I can get this without. See, that's why I don't like having a cake when I dupe, because I have to grab it on the way down, and I always hit the block. Fire flower can be just as bad for destroying the shell. So anyways, we'll get our Yoshi here, we'll fly up, and as you can see, we're trapped in some kind of crazy-ass bonus game where we can fly infinitely as if it were the regular bonus game, but the level is pointing at some sort of midway point or alternate entrance to the bonus game level, which you can see is below us. Right down here is the pipe will usually come down. These things would be in the air and you could hit them. Here, you can't hit them. There's nothing you can do here. You're basically stuck in this little purgatory until time runs out. Now, people that are familiar with Super Mario World ROM hacks might know the dangers of Level 0, which is where you're brought if you don't define an entrance, and it's the bonus room game. The timer is 0, and there's no way to exit. So, luckily, this one keeps your time limit, so if you got stuck here, you would be able to exit eventually. You wouldn't just soft lock the game like you do in ROM hack. The timer will run out and you'll die normally, but since we've already beaten the level, we can also start select to get out of it. But yeah, so that's a little bit more on block duplication, some of the different results you can get from duplicating blocks, and and a better description on how to do it. I thought it might be useful for anyone that's trying these at home, wanted to play along. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Squiggy Glitches, and I hope to see you all next time. Take it easy, my friends.